You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we want to reproduce the given view that is displayed at the left hand side of the screen in isometric projection. So when you hear the word isometric projection, the first thing you have to do is for you to draw your isometric axis. That is, you draw the vertical line this way, make it visible, and you draw the inclined line at an angle of what, 30 degrees in this manner. Hope you can see that. And this also in this manner. Hope you can see that. So we to now get our height, right? Our width and our length. Now with what we have here, how can we detect our width? From the top here you see, remember that everything you see along this direction is parallel. So if you look at this top here, the entire top you see here is given to be 15 plus 15. That'll give us what? 30 plus another 30, that'll give us what? 60. So my entire length here is given to be what? 60. So I'm going to measure 60 millimeter from this side. So from 0 here, I'm going to measure 60. And this is where the 60 is. Can you see that? And the entire height here can be given to be, since the thickness here is 10, right? It means that the thickness also here is what? Is 10, because it is what? It is uniform. So if I should add the 10 from here to here with this 55, I'm going to be having what? 65. So my height here is 65. So from this point 0, this is what we have here to be what? 65. Hope you can see that. Then the entire length here, as is not given here, we can see it is given to be what? 85. So since it is not given, so 85. Right? So we have from here to this point here, and that's 85. So I'm going to use this to form my box. To form a box in this manner. I need to form a box in this manner. Easily bring it back. So this is the box that I'll take it up a little bit so we have a clearer view. So this is what we have. So from here, I'll carve out my image. And if you look at the image carefully, from this point to this point is thickened. So I can easily take my instrument and I'll thicken this with my pencil. Then the thickness here, from here to here is not shown, but you see it from this top here. That is 10, meaning that everything all through is 10. So I'll measure a thickness of what? Of 10. So I'll measure a thickness of what? Of 10 at this point here. So let me take that from 0 to here. This is 10. So I'll thicken it since it is thickened there. Can you see that? So with the help of my instrument, placing it this way on my drawing, then placing this way, I can easily get the other 10. You just measure from here to here 10 and you join them together. You just place it this way and you draw 10. Hope you can see that. And I've also taken this point to here, which is 10. Then here, I will take it as a faint line, first of all, in this manner. Faint line first. Can you see what I've just done? Now the next thing, I'll just measure 20 and another 20 all through. Can you see that? I'll measure what? 20 and another 20 all through here. So first 20, let's see. From here, from 0, I have the first 20. Then from that 0 again, the next 20 is 40. Can you see that? Then I'm going to bring them down with thick lines this way. So just take in here. And here also. Can you see that? And you can also take in from this point to this point, and from the end point to that point, as you can see from the diagram. Now the next thing is it's going in here by a thickness of 15. Remember, you're working with your 30 and 60 degrees set square. So this is, you use this and you take it in. And you come here also, you take here in. And you come here also, you take here in. Right? So once you've done that, the thickness, the depth of that is going to be what? 15. So the depth from here to here is 15. So I will measure 15. So from 0 to 15, which I will take in. Can you see that? Now I'll come here also. I'll join it from this point with my instrument to this point. So it means that from here to here is 15. From here also here is what? 15. And I'm going to take in here too. Then I'll bring it down. And here too. Then take here in too. As you can see on the diagram. Hope you can see that. Now you remember that from here to here is 10. From that point to that, from here also to here will also be what? Will be 10. So I'm going to measure the 10 from this point here. From 0 to 10. So meaning that I'll take in from this point to this point. Can you see that? And I'll take here up also straight ahead. And I'll also come here too. I'll take here up also straight ahead. Right? And the next thing I'll be doing here is I'll also take in here too, as you can see from the diagram. And I will take this off, faint line first from this point. Can you see that? Now we are given that from this point I'll measure 15, and from this one I'll measure 15, making the middle to be what? 30. So one of the best way to do this is to get the center point here. Altogether, that will be the most efficient way. So how can I get center point of 60? That will be 30. So from here, I'm going to measure 30. This is the center point here. Right? And I am going to bring it down from here. Right? Then the next thing I'll do is I'll now measure what I want to measure. Since we are given the thickness at the center here to be 30. So I'll take my instrument, my compass, and I'm going to measure 30 millimeter. I mean half of 30, which is 15. From 0 to this is 16. Then I'll place it here. I'll mark 15 towards the left and 15 towards the right. Right? Then from here to this point is 30. Hope you can see that. So I'll place it here. I'll just mark the left both 30. So I can just use this to bring out my box all together. So once I place it here, I'll bring here down and I'll bring here down. Hope you can see that. Then I'll close it up too. Can you see that? And I'll close it up too. I won't tick in this point. And I'll tick in this point too. Now ticking here too. And also here too. Then I'll also tick in here too. Then here. Then here. Are we there? And I'll take here down, which I'll use this to close it up. Then here also. Which will give me this. So all this is what I'm doing here is faint line. So now why am I doing this? Because of that curve you can see at that particular side. Is that taken? So because of what? That particular curve we're seeing here. So before we do anything, we were told earlier that from the top here straight down will be the center of that arc. Are you with me now? From here straight down will give what? The center of that arc. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's measure 20 downward. They will now measure 15 again, right? So let's do that. So first of all, I'll measure 20 downward. Let's go down first from 0 to 20 downward here, right? That 20 will be the center of that figure here. So meaning that this part you see here is the center of the circle that we need. See, I draw a line from that 20. So I don't really need these two. Let me dent these two here. So, right? So from this center here, measure 20 down. So if I take my instrument, I'll measure 20 down from that point. After I measure 20, then I'll measure 15. So this from here, 0, and this 15 here. Can you see that? I measure 15 downward here. So the next thing I'll just do here is just this. From this point to this point is 15. Here also is 15. Can you see that? From here to this point, we see it is 15. All together, and now use it to form a box. So you just take your instrument and draw out the box that ought to be there. So this will come here this way, and this will come here to join this. This one too. So where they meet here, this will be point 1, to be 0.2. Let me call it to be what? 0.3. Now close it up. So where it meets here, let me call it to be what? 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, right? And here I closed. Here will be 7 and 8. You don't have to do all this. So after I've done that, I'll just take my instrument and I'll join 1 and 5 diagonally, passing through the center. And I will now join from 2 to 8. Can be in any order from here to here. You know, now join from 2 to 6. So they are meeting at this point here. This is where my compass will now come in. So when I place my compass here, I'll connect from 7 here to 3. Hope you can see that from 7 here to 3. And where it intersects here, I'll place it here. And now connect from 3 to 8. From 3 to 8 all together. Can you see that? Then I can easily thicken it. First of all, let me thicken from this point straight down to here. And from this 8 straight down to here. Right? Then I'll thicken here also. So let's do that. Hope you can see that. So the next one is we're going for the one inside. But if I go for the one inside, let me just draw this line here. From this point where they meet, I'll draw a line that'll go like this. And at the last point here, I'll draw a line that will come down. Where I'm going to close it up. And also close it up. So to remain the inner one. So to get the inner one is not as difficult. Just take your this line here, take it in and bring this other one out. So this is where it's meeting. Now join this. Since you join from here to here, extend this 5 here to meet here. Can you see that? Then that will be your new 5. So this will be your new 1. So connect from 1 to 5 this way. Then you can easily transfer the point. And this point you see here, our new 4, just mark here. This point you see is 4. So I can easily take my compass from here, place it here. Since I use this 4 to get this arc from here to here, can you see that? So I'll use this 4 with the same measurement. I'll get the next point too. All together. Let's come again from this point. I got this arc. Then from the next 4, I'll get the next arc. Let me make it more visible. Right? And this point here, where they meet here, I'll mark on this inclined line. Because on this inclined line, we have this point. Then I mark here. So I'll just take my instrument. It's not really, since I use this to get this. Can use this to get this. I'm going to use this to get the next point. I'll just stop here. So let me thicken it out. And you just close here up. Right? So this is what we have here. So I'll just close here from this end straight down to this end. Right? So this is the isometric projection of that given figure you can see on the screen. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video.